Live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chad Christian here, bringing you another Change in the Tech Scene, episode 2. I'm your host, Chad Christian. With me, as always, is Lon Wins and Taylor Allen. How you guys doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Happy Sunday, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, show us that sweet mug, man.
Oh, yeah. This is a stormtrooper right there. They make as many impressions as Kristen Stewart when she's acting.
Oh, that's not very nice at all. Well, hey, we got a lot to talk about today. We've also got a new permanent sponsor to the show, Slick Wraps. Make sure you guys visit them on the web, www.slickwraps.com. I'll leave a link down below. If you use my link to purchase your items, go to sw.life/CoachCWC. We'll give you a nice discount. Today, we've got a couple of really cool prizes for you guys. Make sure you stick around for that. We've got a $25 Amazon gift card going out and a $25 Apple gift card if you guys were part of that over on Twitter. Make sure you follow me over on Twitter at CoachCWC for all your chances to win. So without further ado, guys, I say we get into this. So I think the biggest tech news of the week was WWDC. Did you guys get a chance to watch that?
Nope, never heard of it. I'm just kidding. Yes, it's like one of my favorite things of the year. It was awesome.
How about how long it was this year, man? They were like going for a marathon.
It was really long.
I feel like they're always kind of like that long though. Like Google is always really like short and sweet, and then Apple just like drags it out because they have like, I don't know, they want to like throw all these numbers and statistics at you, and like, I don't know.
Speaking of that, how about a couple of digs that Apple threw out to Google through that?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like pretty typical though, right? They always they always throw out those numbers of, it's like the same numbers every year, like how many more how many more devices have their latest software versus Android and whatever. It's always like the same thing.
The funny thing, the second that I saw that, I thought, well, you know why everyone's adopted to iOS 10 is because they're every day is like update. Do you want to update? Oh, you don't want to update? You want to update tonight? How about update tomorrow?
Well, and also, if you ever have to go into an Apple store and you're not up to date or anything, that's the first thing they tell you. Like, my screen's broken. They're like, well, is your software up to date? it's like, well, I don't know, but my screen's broken.
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Not sure.
Well, plug it into iTunes and update it first, sir.
Oh, God.
So WWDC, man, let's kind of go down the list of some of the things that happened during that, some of the pros and cons. So let's start with the iMac refresh. Now, it looks like, of course, they're up to the times now, so everything has gone to Skylake versus the Kaby Lake.
You mean Kaby Lake?
You guys think it's
Kaby Lake?
Or I'm sorry, Kaby Lake. So what do you guys think? Yeah, they went backward.
Well, in typical Apple fashion.
Yeah, right.
They're going to make it better, though.
They were courageous, and they went back.
Right.
So what do you guys think of the changes on the iMac? Do you think it's worth the update, worth your buying dollars to grab that?
I think as somebody who spent $2,000 last year on a 4K iMac, I wish I would have waited. I think the what is it? The screen is like up to 500 nits now. Like it's like super, like way brighter.
Yeah.
It's faster processors. Even the stock model is better out of the gate, and it's cheaper. The one I have is the $1799 model, which I had to configure myself, and now that's like a stock model. So, well, I do have 16 gigs of RAM in it, which is nice. But
is that the 27-inch model you got?
I have the 21.5 for my desk. I didn't like the bigger one, just kind of my area. But I think it's a solid upgrade to that line.
Is the 5K the standard now on all the iMacs?
Isn't it?
Well, on the 27-inch.
Yeah. Is it also standard on the 21?
No, it's still 4K.
Yeah, on the 27-inch though, I think it's like the standard resolution.
Right. How about that 500 nits of brightness indoors?
Yeah. You will never
stop.
see it.
My eyes are bleeding.
Yeah, I mean 500 nits. It's actually that's not really that bright.
No, it's
like
not.
because like there are light bulbs that are like 1,000 nits.
Right,
and
right.
But
What is it?
500
One of the
nits,
phones is 600 nits. Is it the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus and S8? Isn't it? When you crank it up all the way, I think it's 600. And that
I thought it was 1,000, but maybe
was it.
I don't know.
Today's channel is going to be we don't know either.
Hashtag we don't know either.
We're not hashtagging that. Nobody pull that.
Don't hashtag.
It's
Hey, we
1,000
got
nits.
yeah, right. Oh, it is
Wow.
1,000. Okay, holy
Mhm.
crap. Yeah, that's not blinding. So we got Shimon in here and Sam. What's going on, you guys? I suppose I should probably tweet out this live message right now. Anything else on the iMac Pro? Or yeah, let's talk about that iMac Pro, I should say. What do you guys think of that bad dude? And the price.
I mean, to me, that was like the most exciting thing from WWDC. Like, it was. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy powerful. It looks sexy as hell, but it's just expensive as hell. And like starting price like $5,000, and I can only imagine what the 18 core is going to be. It's
oh my gosh, I
it's
know, right?
gotta
Could you
be-
imagine fully decked out with their 4 terabyte system, all SSD?
Yeah, it's got to be at least double.
Right.
Baseball.
Yeah.
I was gonna say $99.99. You get a
Yeah.
sweet new computer that's
Yeah.
black.
I was wondering that. I was like, is it going to be like $12,000 or $13,000? Like literally, like completely specced out. You know, I was like, good lord.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be like the Apple Watch. It'll be in gold.
Yeah.
It's
Like, the only
24
thing I don't
karat
understand-
plated.
Like the only thing I don't understand is like I really don't get who it's targeted for, because it's a powerful machine, but like if you're just like video editing or whatever, it's more power than you need for video editing, unless you're like editing like 8K red footage or something. But if you're just just doing regular editing with anything, a more than average camera, like the KB Lake regular iMac is going to do just fine. And that's still going to be more than fine. And then nobody's going to buy that thing for gaming, because it's still a Mac, so you still have to load up Boot Camp or whatever.
Yep.
And if you're going to do that, you might as well just buy like a PC, because then at least the parts are upgradable and you can make it more powerful down the road or whatever. So, and it's going to cost you like a fraction of the price.
Yeah, I agree. They did say that they were going to allow you to start programming now for VR, which is great. And they said, we're going to get Steam drivers and everything. But I thought the same thing. I'm like, why aren't you using an NVIDIA graphics processor then, right? That's basically what all the VR and everything's programmed around. And I don't want you AMD fanboys getting mad at me, but the base level of all the programs are built for NVIDIA first. So it seems like if they really, and I think they're just looking at it from a programmer's standpoint, because like you said, I mean, it's not gonna run well. And now it might with that crazy Vega setup, but it's not gonna run right or as good if you're not running it in native Windows. So again, it's like, are you building this thing just for programmers? Because that's what the event sounded like to me, right? You can program for VR. I didn't see them having people put on the stuff plugged into a Mac. All I saw was, you can program for the HTC Vive, but they didn't show you plugging this into your Mac, your iMac, and going, look.
Yeah.
Right? So is it program only?
Yeah, and it almost just seems like a showcase for like the new Vega graphics cards, like, because they're not even announced, or they're not technically announced yet. So this is like the first. But
yeah, and from my understanding is they're supposed to be equivalent to the NVIDIA 1080. Hopefully the TI, because if they come out this late in the game like with a 1080 style system, AMD, you're behind again.
Yeah, I think they're definitely targeting like the super elite programming, and like like people that are making like Star Wars movies or whatever. They're going to be editing Hollywood stuff, like that kind of stuff. Like, it's not for everybody.
Still, though,
Yeah.
again, I think they're missing a huge market, right, with gamers. Just
Yeah.
step it up. Stop goofing around. Get with Steam. Get with all these guys and say, hey, man, we want to play games on our Mac. Because you guys know, especially with this newest refresh, I got videos out there where I'm playing my MacBook, obviously in Windows, but they play the AAA titles fine, even though the graphics processor is a little bit lower. I mean, this new system's going to run at about a 1050.
Yeah.
I mean, it still handles them fine. Why are they not promoting gamers on the MacBook? Are they still so stuck in it's for creative people only? You guys got to stop.
It certainly seems that way.
Right? It's almost like they leave the gamers behind on that. Am I right?
Yeah. I think gamers just, even if you could game on a Mac, I don't think they would anyways, because they're so set on PCs now. And I wouldn't really blame them, because at least because PCs are upgradable.
Right. I just think, though, if somebody goes out, think about it. If all I could afford is one system, right, and I do want to do my photo and video editing and things that, music composing, things that the Macs are really known for, and they work great. But then my kid gets on my system and he wants to play some games, right? So you want that one well-rounded universal system. It doesn't have to be a gaming beast, because you don't need, you can run stuff on a 960 with no problem, right? So it doesn't have to be top of the line, master race crap to run some games. Why I just don't get it. This must be my rant for the day.
Dad's rant.
You can at least show something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're losing a big market. I honestly do. Now, of course, it's not upgradable, but think about this, right? We'll say, upgrades. How often are you upgrading your system? Because when I buy I'm a little different, but when I buy my graphics cards, they're going to last me a year or two with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So even people that upgrade, my processor in the system is 4 years old. I got it overclocked to 4 gigahertz. There's no reason to run another one right now.
Right.
So I could say PC Master Race, and I upgrade it all the time. I don't upgrade it. This 1080 graphics card will probably be in here for 3 years. I'll run AAA titles, 60 plus 4K forever.
Yeah.
So I think hiding behind the upgrade scene is a cop out. I think the Apple just needs to go, hey, you can play games too, man. Check this out.
Yeah. But even the RAM is not upgradable. Like, there's no RAM hatch on the iMac Pro.
Oh, really? On the iMac Pro, there's not? Because there is on the iMac.
Yeah, on the regular iMac, you have a RAM hatch, but on the iMac Pro, there's no RAM hatch. Instead, there's just like a vent or whatever.
Oh, I wonder if it's right. It's soldered onto the motherboard.
It's got to be soldered down. I was going to say, and that was one thing I was going to add, was they did make the 4K, the 21-inch now. The RAM is upgradable now on that, and it's not on my model, which is the last model that they made.
Okay. Was that a 21-inch thing?
On a 21-inch, for whatever reason, I guess just the size. They had to make everything more compact or whatever, so it was not upgradable, and now it is. So that's a nice bump for people.
Yeah, it's cool, because I think it comes 8 gigs of RAM standard on that.
I think it might be 16 now. I could be wrong.
No, the 21, I think it's 8.
Is it still 8? Yeah, it's probably 8.
It is. And again, if you buy it at 8, I wouldn't recommend doing the upgrade, because literally it is just one screw in the back. You pull the panel off and you can put in your own RAM. So way cheaper for you guys. If you're going to get the iMac to upgrade the memory yourself to 16, it's way cheaper.
Yeah,
save you a couple $100.
It's exactly $200. Yeah. So.
Yep. All right, so that's it for the iMac and the iMac Pro. And I was excited about the iMac Pro until I saw the price, and I was like, oh, I'm not buying that, you guys. I'm sorry, just to do a couple reviews. That's not going to happen. No. Love you guys. Don't love you that much.
That new keyboard and mouse and trackpad in Space Gray looks so nice, though.
Yeah, it does. I hope they sell that as an option for other systems. Yeah, that would be really cool, which, they won't, but you'll have to get a third party or, it broke. Get it off eBay.
I think people will still buy like the Logitech one, though, because the Logitech one has solar power, and those are still running on batteries. So.
Yep. Yeah, and it's actually a really good keyboard. I used it a while back, and it's actually, it feels good. It is a good keyboard. Mm-hmm. So let's do a quick shout out here. We got Kyle Lowry, how you doing, man? Joe Robinson, the Nasty Worm is in here. I love that name. Edit. I hope I pronounced your name right. Good. Nasty Worm. What's up, Chad? Check out his stream if you guys haven't seen it. Nasty Worm's got a really cool gaming stream. Go check him out. It's Nasty Worm on Twitter. There you go. There's your shout out, buddy. So you better make sure I get ranked.
I followed him.
Help a brother out. Oh, Sam, I'm here too. We got you, brother. Hey, you know what? Let's do a giveaway. Let's say 5 minutes from now, we're going to do our first giveaway. So make sure you guys are in here. Let's talk about WWDC. You guys want to talk about some iOS 11 changes? Because there is a lot of them. Have you been running it over there, Taylor?
I have. I actually made a video on my YouTube channel, Stubble Tech, plug.
Yeah, good job. Make sure you guys go check that out. Stubble Tech, man. If you're not part of the Stubble Tech family, get over there right now and click subscribe. And don't forget, hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding.
Tell us a little bit about your video,
yeah,
man.
so I made a video. I didn't put it on my iPhone yet because it's just, beta 1 is so buggy. But I was like, my iPad, I don't really care as much. I'm not using it like I use my phone. So I just made a quick video of some of my favorite things that like kind of a top, not really a top 5, but close enough. It actually runs really smooth for a beta 1. There's very few bugs I found. I know you had a YouTube bug, Chad. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. Actually, it's still going on. Sometimes the search screen isn't there.
Yeah.
Literally, if you click search and you type in what you want to search for, there's no enter. So even if you find the search icon, yeah, you can't. You just have to close the app and reopen it. So that's kind of weird.
I like it a lot, actually. There's a couple things I'm not a fan of, like the way that I don't like the new control center. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It looks messy to me.
Yeah, there is a lot going on.
I do
like the ability to open different things, and I like the thumb swipe too. I think that's
I think the thumb swipe is really neat. The new Files app is super useful, and I think a really nice way to kind of bridge. Apple's always been trying to kind of make this little bridge between the Mac and the iPad because they want you to use your iPad as a productivity machine, but they haven't quite figured that out yet. Right. And they did some things with iOS 11, I think, especially for the iPad, that are really driving the iPad in that direction. And there's a lot I like about it.
Yeah, I agree. Because I remember when I got the iPad Pro, that was kind of the idea. Right. I'd like it to be, like a Chromebook, style, just an extension of me doing work. But you're right. I think with the file system and the fact that, you can go and look for pictures or files and add them right into your email, things like that. You're right. It opens up a lot of doors. So if you were using or are using a Chromebook or another really small device that isn't a powerhouse, I think you're right. I think with iOS 11, you can use this now as 95% of your computer.
Yeah, you really can.
Do, major powerhouse work. I think this is now a viable option.
It's not really just for Netflix anymore.
Right. It's not just for Netflix and chill.
Nope. You can do more than that.
Yeah.
One thing I don't. Oh, sorry, Lon. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna go back to the control center. I at first when I saw it, I didn't really like it that much, but I kind of feel a little different about it now. I think it's actually, it's better than the previous one, because the previous one I always thought was really finicky. Like you would try to swipe like the brightness slider, and it just slides you over to the next panel instead of actually changing the brightness. I had that problem all the time. But I kind of like that everything's on one screen versus the 2-panel setup that they had before, which just it just felt really messy that way. But I don't know.
I like the idea of what they're doing with, but I guess my thing is I wish they would have just made it able to. Because you know how right now you swipe up on the control screen, it takes up half the screen, and that's their thing is they want to make it one page. Yeah. Just make it go up on the whole screen, and then you just swipe it back down and it goes away. I don't understand.
Yeah. I think the gap is because you can add more to there,
and that's nice. And that was actually something that kind of surprised me because Apple's usually historically not super into making everything customizable, but right out of the gate, the control center is customizable, so I think that was smart.
Yeah, I do. That's one of my favorite features actually, is being able to customize that control center. And probably I got two favorite features that I really love, especially being in the tech space. The first one is the screen recording. I think that's probably, well, I don't know, it's top two. So screen recording, the fact that I sent one to my wife because now she's saving, her to-do list. Well, it's popping up on my phone because it's part of that, the family shared to-do list.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I did a screen recording and I said, this is how you make the changes. And I sent it to her just for fun. But it was cool because I could walk through and do a step-by-step showing her, click here, do this. This is what it looks like. So the fact that, if somebody's like, hey man, how do I turn off the cell service, or how do I, get into Wi-Fi? Well, now we can screenshot it, the whole episode, screen record it, email it, text it, whatever you want to do, and people can see it. So for me as a tech person, I think that's really cool. My second most favorite feature, and that I always have missed on my Apple devices where I can always get them on Android, and LG is great for it, is that screenshot with the ability to write on it.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. That's probably my number one favorite feature on iOS 11.
I have one more thing that it's so small, but I'm so happy to see it. If you notice on the dock, all the apps that you put in your dock now, they don't have any text under them, like on Mac.
Oh, yeah.
And I have for years wanted a toggle switch or something. If it's not going to be stock, I want a toggle switch so bad where you can turn off all names like underneath apps, because I just think it would look so clean. And especially Apple, right? They're so driven on like everything needs to look clean and neat. And I just think if you could take toggle it off, like I understand for some people you need it on there or whatever, but it would be really cool to be able to toggle off all the names under every app. We know sure. We know what they are, Yeah.
And a lot of people, which is funny. So any of you guys that are thinking about switching over to the Apple devices, the first thing we always hear is, well, it's convoluted. Like every app is on your screen. It doesn't need to be that way. If you want it to look like Android, 5 folders on the bottom row, it doesn't have to take up your whole screen with apps. So everybody's like, oh, Apple just looks like crap. Apps are everywhere. You don't have to do that. So a tip for you guys today: create folders, put everything you want into the folders, and your entire home screen can be clean. Otherwise, you could leave everything off your home screen and just swipe over to the, a couple of the other screens and have all your apps. So it's not, that's all I ever hear about. It looks ugly.
It's so funny because I hear people like super Android people always complain about that, and then I see their phone and it's just apps on their home screen, and I'm like, wait, okay. You're like, well, I could change it if I wanted to, and I'm like, oh, okay,
right.
But you don't.
They're the same people, right? That's got Windows 98 on there, and the whole desktop is icons.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to do a quick giveaway right now. So for those of you that have not fallen asleep on us yet, we're going to do a $25 gift card right now. Now, this is only for the people that retweeted. I told you guys on Twitter that if you retweeted, you had a chance to win. So we've only got 27 entries into this. And literally all I'm doing is I'm just going through a list of who's on here. And today's winner of a $25 Amazon gift card, and you don't have to be at this live event, not for this one, is Vishal G. Geary. And I hope I did not mispronounce your name. If I did, I apologize. His Twitter handle is Vishal. It's probably Geary 13111. You're our winner today. Make sure you DM me and I will email you your $25 Amazon gift card. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Make sure you always stay tuned to Coach CWC out on Twitter, because we are always going to be doing free fun giveaways and prizes. So let's talk a little bit more about iOS 11. I want to kind of go through some of the things that I had on the video that did not get released, and maybe I still will, but so some of the other cool little things and features is the animations. You guys notice that the animations are a little bit different, the way it fades in and fades out.
Yes, I like that.
I thought that was kind of cool. There's some on-off labels now if you go into your settings. So instead of it just being the toggle switch, it actually looks like a line, like on or off. So there is a setting in your control panel to do that. Now here's something cool that if I would have got that video out, this wouldn't have been on there. And I don't know if you've seen this or not, Taylor, but I never used the Apple Maps before. Now, there's two things. Obviously, they added the lane guidance, which Google has had forever, which is great, right? But the coolest thing that I didn't even know was on there, and no one has mentioned it yet on YouTube, is the fact that if you're using the native Apple Maps app, when you're using other Apple programs, so let's say I'm text messaging you or something else is on my screen, that Apple Maps actually stays up on top of that on just the very top edge. It'll say, you know, at 1.2 miles, turn left on this road. It stays on the other screens. So if I'm flipping through different apps, it stays up, which is great because you're not worried about flipping back to that app, you know?
Yep.
So that's something that no one is, and it's little things like that are why I would come back around and start looking at using the maps and stuff, you know.
I didn't know that because I haven't put it on my phone yet. I'm going to.
Yep.
But that's really cool. And I'm probably, like, I'll just go ahead and admit it, I'm probably one of the only people that only uses Apple Maps. Like, I don't even have Google Maps downloaded anymore because I think after the disaster that Apple Maps was, they've really, like, it's pretty much on par. Like, for the in my opinion, like, it works really well. But little things like that definitely, that's awesome that they're going to add stuff like that.
Yeah, which no one's talked about it because, I mean, honestly, a lot of us weren't using that. But like I said, I think it's cool little tweaks like that that are going to make it, you know, that much better to use some of those apps.
Right.
So some of the things that you can do, let's see. So on the text messaging, that's changed as well. So when you're sending out iMessage, so now on the very bottom row is your stickers. So instead of before where you had this kind of convoluted to get to where you want to add some stickers, this one's just shown right up on the very bottom edge, and you can swipe through them. So I thought that was cool too. Do you guys use stickers very much? Taylor, I know you're a big iPhone user. Are you watching it?
Yeah, I use them, I'd say fairly often. I think they're just nice to have down there. It's a nice option to have. I also really liked in iOS 10 that they implemented like the GIF keyboard right in the, right in the Messages app, which I think is awesome. Because I used to have one third party, and then you'd have to load it in and give it all of the permissions and everything, and now it's just right there. So that's nice. Also, I was do we have Apple Pay, the new Apple Pay on the list to talk about?
Nope, but go ahead, man. And now it's the perfect time.
I was just going to say, because that's also built into the Messages app now, which I think is really neat. And it kind of goes back to, like, you always notice, like, Apple always sits back and then they always kill off features, you know, from like, or other apps. Like, we used to have a flashlight app on your iPhone, right? And then they finally implemented it into, like, I think iOS 7 or iOS 8. I can't remember. And then there's like little things they always do, you know, Spotify, Apple Music, and, you know, I know still people use other things, but like the Apple Pay thing, it's going to be so useful for people, you know, because a lot of people do have iPhones, and when we're out with your friends, instead of having to use Venmo or Square Cash or whatever, being able to just text right from your Messages app money to people, I think that's going to be really cool, and I think it's going to do really well. Yeah, for sure. Hey, since it's 30 minutes in, I say let's go ahead and give away another prize. So all you guys that are in the channel right now, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity from our sponsor, Slick Wraps. Make sure you check them out at slickwraps.com. They're going to give away a free Slick Wrap or a case of your choosing from their website. So let's Nasty Worm says, I love you, Chad. Love you too. Joe Robinson says, I love apples. Apples are good. I had one today. The fruit or the system. Hashtag apples today from Joe Robinson. We've upgraded from potatoes, boys. We're gonna send you a bushel of apples. So I say let's go ahead and give one of those away. When we get done with the show, you guys just DM me and I'll give you the information. Again, thank you, Slick Wraps. This is an international giveaway sponsored by them. So Lon, I know you got some cool ideas, right, on how you would like to give away one of these bad dudes to someone in the group. Go ahead. What? Go ahead, Lon. Go ahead, give one away. I do. Go ahead, fire it off. What do you got? Go. I don't know what you want me to do. Whatever you want. Let's go. Give them something good. Oh, look at Shimon just said potato
is greater than Apple's
Oh, snap.
courage.
Do they have to do something before they win?
Oh, it's completely up to you, man. I would say so. Trivia, you could ask them a question, any question you have, first one to win. And I mean, they don't have to win it right away. You can make them do their homework, go Google it real quick, whatever you want to do. So,
oh god.
Just for example, who's the only team to ever blow a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals?
oh, hey.
Yeah,
Taylor,
let's
you be ready with yours because you're going to give away the next one.
Let's go with that because I don't even know the answer to it.
All right, then, Taylor, you're going to watch the comment section.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give this one to you, Taylor. Lon, you're going to think about it. This is going to be your space to think about how you would like to give away one of these because we are compliments of Slick Wrap's going to give another prize away here in just a little bit. So, Taylor, go ahead, man. What's the question? And the first one to answer will win. Are
we keeping this thing tech related or where are we going?
Anything you want.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here.
The coach's corner. We do what we want, man.
The coach's corner. That's a podcast name right there.
Right.
Let's see here.
Ron.
I know.
Ron's got a good one. I don't know if we can use that one. How many beers did Taylor have at the HTC 20th anniversary dinner?
You know what? Let's use it. Let's use it. Let's use it. That's a great idea, Ron.
They were the Taiwan beers, which were actually delicious.
They were.
Not too bad.
Gold medal Taiwan beer. It was really good.
Ron, Shimon said over 9,000. No, I'm sorry, sir.
I'm going to take the under on that one.
Yeah. Like the Price is Right. Yes. And the other guy says 1.
All right. So I'll help you guys out. It was between 4 and 8.
All right, first one to answer the question. It's between 4 and 8. How many alcoholic beverages did Taylor consume while at the HTC 20th anniversary launch event? Shimon said 6. Nasty Worm said 7.
7 is the winner.
7. Geez, somebody had too much to drink.
Well, okay, in fairness, I'm counting glasses because they were those big.
Oh, right.
Those big pints. So
yeah, we're drinking like out of a 2-liter.
Yeah, like it was like a 40.
It was a mini pony keg. All right, Joe. We cannot say that you like stuff on our channel. Knock it off. This is a family channel.
Oh, snap.
All right, that's awesome. So who was the winner? Was it Nasty Worm?
It was Nasty Worm.
All right, Nasty Worm, congratulations, man. You've won yourself a Slick Wrap for a phone, and you could also choose a case, so you can get a case or a Slick Wrap. So at the end of the show, just DM me, and I'll give you the information for it. Moving on, let's talk a little bit more about iOS 11. I know there's a lot to talk about on that, and we will get back into some of the Mac stuff. We will talk about E3 coming up soon. But let's try to power through some of these. So yeah, Apple Pay is really cool through iMessage. The camera got some extra updates. Selfie mode allows you now to have HDR, which is pretty cool. And the regular camera allows, they did some neat stuff with the live photos. So you can do long exposure. You can choose which picture you want out of the live pictures, which I think is cool, right? Because live pictures is I use it all the time.
It's cool too.
Yeah, I think it's really neat. The only thing that I don't like, and I wish Apple, you guys would do something with it, is let's say I take a live photo and I send it to you, Lon, on your Android phone. You don't get to see that.
No.
So that's kind of a bummer, right? It's only an iMessage type situation. So, and I'm not sure how hard it would be. I mean, it seems like you could just download, right, an Apple live photo app.
Yeah.
So Apple, you're missing the boat on some of that stuff. Make sure you tie this stuff together. I know they're trying to keep it all, for themselves, but here was one of the big new unmentioned features, the new SOS feature.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Women running, things like that, because they always have their phone. At least usually they have their phone on them. Right. I think it's great. Basically, the way that it works, if you guys haven't heard about this, is the SOS feature. If you press your power button 5 times, it will. I believe it's 5 times consecutively. So yeah, basically like a panic button. If you keep hitting that button, actually the contacts that you told it to, it'll send them a message, send them your location, and you can also have 911 and other companies pick up on that. So I think that's a really cool safety feature. Does Android, or I don't remember if any other phone is doing that right now, do they? It seems like one other phone did.
I don't think so. I don't recall any
No?
Android phones doing it,
I
but I could be wrong.
Yep.
First thing I remember it being on was the Apple Watch.
Was it?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay. And hey, here's an awesome unmentioned feature as well. The Siri now has a built-in translator.
Yep.
I love that. And it's really cool. Actually, I sent that to my son because he's over in Germany. And I said, which is funny because everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, man, if you run into somebody, you know what I'm saying? You could literally say, hey, Siri, translate this into, all my phones just lit up. Literally everything in here just went haywire.
Oh, God.
But you can tell it, and there's French, German, Italian, Mandarin, Chinese, and Spanish. So I think that's really cool. That should be something, you know, and I know that Google's doing it now, but that should just be standard, don't you guys think, for travel, international travel?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I think they did a good amount of languages to start off with, and they'll add to it.
Oh yeah,
so
but it's going to be one of those. If you don't know about it, you're not going to use it type of thing. But you know, when you need it, think about it. You're over there. You get an Uber. You get a taxi. You need to get back to your hotel. You need directions. You need to eat. Like when we were wandering around Taiwan, everybody's like, "No, we don't know, right?"
when we were in Taipei, I was trying to find an Apple store because I forgot my watch charger. Thank you for letting me use yours, Chad. But that first day, I was walking around the streets like an idiot holding my map, and I was just like, help, Apple store.
Walking around pointing at your watch. I need a charger.
Yeah,
oh, that's
I think
funny.
It's a good idea, a good feature.
Another cool thing is the App Store is completely redesigned, which is funny because I remember at WWDC watching it going, oh no, a change. This is going to suck, right? And usually it's horrible, but the change is good. I actually love the way that the new Apple Store looks. What do you think, Taylor?
I think it looks fantastic. I think it's what they're clearly doing is trying to streamline everything because it kind of looks a lot like the redesigned Apple Music from last year. It's kind of that same concept, which is good because if everything's just similar across the board, you know, people just like seeing kind of the same thing when you get into those apps. So, and I think it's also kind of them getting closer to killing off iTunes, which the new icon for that is really ugly, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen that, the star.
iTunes is just brutal.
Well, but I think they're definitely trying to kill it off with Apple Music, and then they'll probably, I'm thinking in a few years, we're just going to have like a movies and TV show store. Because I don't know how many people buy iTunes anymore with Apple Music out there, that it's so affordable, you know?
Right. Hey, shout out to Ron right now. Thanks for being up. I know this is early for you. On Twitter, he said, you realize how freaking early this is in the West Coast.
Oh, yeah. It's like it is 8 a.m. over there, right?
Right. I'm sorry. We should have did a 9 p.m. show for you, Ron.
We'll do a second show just for Ron.
Quick shout out to Ron over there. You can catch him at What's Up on Twitter. And he just shot out a cool picture. It says, when one CoachCWC isn't enough on a Sunday morning, he's got me up on a big screen.
Nice.
I'm so sorry for your television and anyone who has to watch that. You know what, for that? You know, for that, Ron, I am going to send you a Mr. Potato Head for being a fan of the week. So I want you to DM me your information, and we will send you out a Mr. Potato Head. Thanks for watching the show, buddy. Appreciate that. I say we do a giveaway in about 5 minutes, compliments of Slick Wraps, but we do have another giveaway. I think we should do that right now. Everybody who was following along at CoachCWC for the channel, I told you if you retweeted, you had a chance to win a $25 Apple gift card. And in honor of WWDC. I got that specifically just for us on the show. So in 5 minutes, we're going to announce the winner to that. So let's move on. What do you guys have anything else on iOS 11? I've got like a laundry list, but I think enough people are put to sleep.
Well, that's the thing about it is I have to say during the presentation, I was a little bit underwhelmed. But then after, there were so many things they didn't talk about. Like there was just so much stuff in iOS 11 that I was like, oh, wow, why didn't you guys talk about this? But they had a lot to do that day. So I guess they just kept it short and sweet.
Right. Yep, I agree. You guys want to talk about E3 a little bit? You know that the new Project Scorpio is probably going to give us a name. I don't know if it's going to be Project Scorpio. You guys, any rumors on what you think the name's going to be? Any guesses?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything lately, but they've kept it under wraps so well for such a long time. I don't know. Like I was shocked when the Xbox One was called the Xbox One. Because there were all those names, you know, they were all kinds of names for it. And then when they said Xbox One on stage, I was like, what the hell? So I honestly have no idea.
Let's see. What if they call it Xbox 360 No Scope from Shimon? Yeah, they could do that. No, I heard another good one today, and I can't remember who it was, but it was one of our followers. I think they said it was, and it might have been you, Joe. Xbox 110 or something, 110S, Xbox 110S, which they could. I think they're going to try to keep the S name in there, obviously, so that it's a part of the whole S thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to be like Xbox One Scorpio, Scorpion. I don't know. I really don't know. I just hope the machine is amazing.
I think it's going to be.
What about price point? You guys think there's going to be a specific price point on it?
I would guess. I'm thinking probably $599, $699, maybe $650 at most.
I was thinking $599, $549, something like that.
Yeah, you can't go higher, much higher than that.
Right. Now the funny thing is if you guys remember when we started the whole console war with Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, people to this day still argue with me about it. Remember, the Xbox was $100 more with that Kinect sensor.
Yep.
You want to know why the PlayStation 4 took off over the Xbox? That $100.
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's like, "Oh no, it's the console." I'm like, "Oh no,
it's the price."
It's the price.
No, I agree. I never thought any differently. I was like, "It's the price."
It really is. And everybody's like, no, the PlayStation just better. Like, no, it's really not. They're both excellent systems. Yeah. It's the price. If mommy and daddy are going out there, right, because it's not always just us buying the product, and they're like, which one do I buy? What do you think they're going to do when they see those prices, right? When little Johnny's like, I don't know, I just want to play a game.
Well, and they're at the store, too, and they're like, okay, my son plays Madden and Call of Duty. And they're like, okay,
that's right.
We can do that on both of these. And then the parent's like, okay, well, this one's $100 cheaper, so done.
Exactly. So not to get into Xbox PS4 war, but that's the reason I mentioned that is because what we're going to get into again, if they price it too high, people are going to say, well, why don't I get the PS4 Pro instead of the Xbox One S10 no scope Scorpio? Right?
Yeah, no, that's right. I think I'm an Xbox guy personally. I want a PlayStation. I haven't had one since the PS2. Yeah, I've played them, but like, my friends all have Xboxes, so for me, it just makes more sense. You know, if I want to play with my friends, we play games together. But
I do the same. My son's got the Xbox, so I've actually got to set it up over here. That way, when we want to play together, we do. Honestly, the number one reason why, and I went back to the PlayStation. This is funny. Streaming capabilities.
Yeah.
That's it. You want to talk about the most convoluted, goofy system ever on the Xbox? To be able to share a Twitch or a YouTube stream on the Xbox, you have to have a Windows 10 machine side by side with it to open up, do a screen record, and share it from that. So there is no share button, at least for the YouTube. I think you can with Twitch.
You can with Twitch now. You couldn't before.
But right here, you see that button?
Yep.
Share. You hit share. What do you know? Think about that, Microsoft. Share, you know, because you want people to see.
If we remember when these consoles both launched, Microsoft was not big on sharing anything,
right,
including games. So they definitely weren't going to add a share button.
Right. And think about it too. They don't want you on Twitch or YouTube. They want you on something Xbox.
Right.
Which is why, what's that service that they just bought out just for streamers?
Oh, yeah.
Not just, but it's been 6 months, but.
Yeah.
So they bought out that live streaming service. Anybody in the comment section, if you remember what it's called, let me know. So that was their idea. And that's probably why they don't want you to just be able to quickly share it. But again, stop with the staying in your own ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? That's one good thing that I can say about the new CEO over there at Microsoft is he is trying to cross-platform everything. It isn't just, oh, you're not going on Android. Oh, we're not going to connect to Google Apps.
That guy almost single-handedly saved the Xbox One because that thing was a disaster at launch.
I agree.
I mean, all of the limitations they were putting on the console.
Oh yeah, they were destroying it before it even happened.
It was a disaster. The price point, the limitations, everything. That guy has came in and completely reworked that thing.
Yep. And think about it. Since he's been into Surface Books, Surface Pros. I mean, all these cool. You wouldn't see that with Bomberman. They're pushing the Windows Phone and then didn't push app development or anything else. I mean,
and Windows gaming now when you buy a game, Microsoft game, you can play it on your Windows computer right away.
Absolutely love that feature.
That's a really cool feature.
Yeah, buy one, get it on two.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish they would promote it on more games, but
yeah. I think it's probably some kind of a licensing deal. They have to.
I'm sure
with extra developers.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see.
Oh, Star Wars Battlefront 2 looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, good call. You're right. Yeah, the holy crap. It's crazy because the first one, got all the fanfare, but it dropped off the planet immediately.
There was no content. There was nothing. It was just shell of a game because they were forced to get it out before The Force Awakens came out. So it was like they just cut so much out of it. Right. And when I was watching I watched the live stream this morning from yesterday, just 10 minutes of gameplay or whatever, and it looks so much more like Battlefield, and it feels just more it just looks better in every way than the original. The original was a beautiful game, one of the best looking games I've ever seen, but the content was just lacking so much.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, just a quick plug here. I'm just doing this random off the cuff because I want this channel to grow. I want our weekly to really pick up. So for my whole 7 viewers right now, I need you guys to pay attention to this because you're going to want to help promote us now. If we get up to 100 live viewers at any show, at any point, I'm going to give away a Nintendo Switch. So nice. I want everybody promoting. I want everybody pushing this thing. And think about it. If there's only 100 live viewers in the channel, your chances to win a Nintendo Switch that you can't get your hands on is 1 in 100. What better odds do you have to that? Am I right?
Thanks a lot, Apple. There's no Nintendo Switches, according to Nintendo.
So today's hashtag for the show is going to be hashtag 100 Nintendo Switch. So anybody out there, make sure you promote the channel with that hashtag. It is 11:51 right now. I don't want this time to go on too long. How many slick wraps did we give away? They gave us 2. Did we give away both of them?
We gave away
one.
Yeah, we gave away 1.
All right, I think we did give away 1, and it was to Nasty Worm.
Nasty Worm.
All right, so I think right now let's go ahead and do another giveaway. Compliments of Slick Wraps. Go to slickwraps.com. So with this, you get your choice of either a slick wrap for your phone or a case of your choosing. Make sure you DM me at the end. And this one line, I'm going to give it to you, buddy. Go ahead and you can just pick somebody who's in the channel. You can do trivia. You can make them guess a number. Maybe pick your middle name, birthday. I don't care. Your age, weight.
We'll do some trivia.
All right, here we go. Trivia.
Does it need to be a tech question or
anything you want, man? This is
well,
Coach CWC. We can go sports. Whatever you want, man.
We'll do a tech question.
Okay.
In what version of Android was Project Butter introduced?
Oh, very nice. So you guys hear that? Is your chance to win right now. Joe comes out with the Xbox One reveal cost Xbox to That is not right. Oh, Shimon says 4.0. Ice cream sandwich. Well, he's getting all overly technical with it now. 4.1.2.1, Shimon.
Not three.
Give me the rap. I'm only here for the swag, says Ron.
Ron.
Oh, that's awesome. I have no idea, says Nasty Worm. Google is your friend.
Yeah.
Google is your friend.
There's this really cool search engine you guys should know about.
Yeah.
Nobody's got it right so far.
No. Joe says NFS looks dope as well. Yep, it does. All right, I think you're going to have to come up with something a little easier for our viewers today, and that's probably because it's so early in the morning for some of them. Jelly Bean 4.1, says Shimon.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
All right, cool. I was going to say, because he's throwing out so many good ones, Shimon, you were going to win anyway. So Bradley busted out with Lollipop. So, Shimon, you are our winner today of a slick wrap for your phone or a case of your choosing off their site, slickwraps.com. Thanks a lot, you guys, for that. Thanks, you guys, for being a part of the channel this week. I hope you guys all have a great week. You guys got anything coming up? Lon, you got anything coming up, buddy? You doing any reviews recently or something? Something in the queue over there at Android Authority?
Yeah, but it's all embargoed stuff, so I can't talk about it.
All right.
Not embargoed by my company, embargoed by other companies.
Yeah, the manufacturer. Yep, I hear you. I got a couple of those. What about you, Taylor? You got anything in the queue, buddy? You working on some new Apple stuff?
I am working on some new Apple stuff. I would also eventually like to work on this, but I don't know.
You wanted to rant about that, didn't you?
Well, I don't even care anymore, honestly. I feel like
it's kind of old news at this point.
It's old news at this point. Yeah, it's a pretty
great phone. Taylor didn't get one that worked. That's a
bummer. We never got US versions.
Right.
I don't know.
A couple things. Anything else, Taylor?
No, I've got some iOS 11 stuff coming, and
okay,
yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
All right, I'm working on a giveaway right now. It's it's one of those mini drones. I wish I could.
Those are really cool.
Yeah. Another YouTube tech reviewer came to me with it.
Not the Spark.
No, not the Spark. Oh, I wish it was the Spark. No, it's yeah, DJI. You want me to give away a Spark? Get a hold of me. Because we really want to give one away.
Is Casey Neistat in the room by any chance? He'll look.
Yeah, right. If we get Casey on the show, I'll give away a Mavic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm working on the giveaway. I've got a couple of cool reviews coming up. Archer, I hope I pronounced that right. Archer, did I say that right? I'm sure you guys have seen this.
Oh.
Yeah, this is really nice. Bluetooth speaker. I believe it's $79.99 on Amazon right now. I'll actually leave a link below, but I'm doing a video on that. I've also got the new MacBook Pro coming Tuesday. It was going to be Wednesday, but now it's Tuesday. So I got the one with the fastest CPU they have. I believe it has the 560 GPU on it. So we'll kind of do some head-to-head, do some gaming, some other things like that. Yeah, and I've got a ton of little stuff I need to do. I do want to follow up on this iOS 11. I've got all these phones to do. Hopefully I can do. Oh, that's the other thing. Essential sent me an email and said, hey, your order's getting ready.
I saw that. I saw you post that.
Yep. So the Essential phone, hopefully I hope. I mean, no projected time frame, but maybe in the next week or two, I'll have one of those for you guys, and we can talk about that a little bit more in depth. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. I really appreciate it. Make sure everybody goes out and hashtags that hashtag 100 Nintendo Switch. That's going to be our first goal that we're going to shoot for. If you guys want to support the channel and get mentioned in this, make sure you visit www.patreon.com/Chad Christian. Help a brother out. Send me some love. Send me your money. Appreciate it. So that's going to do it for today, you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys next Sunday.